Hello and welcome to the Probe Dental Podcast. Today we are diving into a major move in the dental industry that was just announced on the 8th of January. Agilio Software, the UK's leading provider of healthcare operations software, has officially acquired Patient Plan Direct, also known as PPD, a specialist in dental membership plans. This isn't just a business deal, it's a strategic play to create a powerhouse platform for dental practices. By combining Agilio's expertise in compliance and workforce management with PPD's focus on recurring income and patient relationships, they are aiming to significantly reduce the administrative burden that dental teams face. Joining us today to discuss the vision behind this partnership are two people at the very centre of it. We are joined by Andy Sloan, Managing Director for Dental at Agilio Software, and Simon Reynolds, Managing Director at Patient Plan Direct. Andy, Simon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So I wanted to begin with a question for both of you. This deal brings together established dental compliance and specialist dental membership plans. It brings the expertise together into one place. Why was now the right time for this acquisition, and how does it change the landscape of UK dentistry?
I'll go first if that's all right, Simon.
Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So for us, timing was everything. We see a clear trend of practices moving from NHS to private care, and membership plans are central to that transition. So by bringing Patient Plan Direct and Agilio in together, we're combining compliance, workforce, and growth tools with a very proven plan platform, and that creates a really joined up solution that reduces admin over and above what we could do before, improves cash flow for our practice, customer practices, and strengthens patient loyalty as well. So for us, it was a massive step forward, making practice management more simple, but more importantly, more profitable for our customers. Anything you want to add, Simon?
Yeah, I think, look, things are moving very quickly, James, not just in the market, but in technology as well, and we recognise that. And just speaking openly, we've been operating for 16 years. The last 3 years, we've seen some real significant growth, and with that's come a lot of investment, some new hires, but it's hard to sort of keep up. And we got to a point, or we were getting to a point, where we really recognised we needed to make the right decisions strategically to sustain the business that we built, but also to push it forward. So I think partnering up with Agilio really just provides that platform. We've now got a much wider pool of resource, expertise in technology and innovation. Some of the stuff that we've seen that Agilio are working on from a sort of AI tool perspective is really exciting. And we were already down the line with exploring some integrations with PMS systems, and I think having Agilio on board is just going to enable us to accelerate and deliver on that much more quickly, and arguably better as well. So really looking forward to shaping the future together and having the benefit of the sort of ecosystem that Agilio represents.
Brilliant. It really sounds like you're on the same page from the get-go, which is incredible. And for Andy, I had a question. Agilio's mission is to take the complexity out of running healthcare organisations. How does adding a membership plan provider to the Agilio portfolio help achieve that goal?
That's a good question. But if you kind of think about it from a dental practice point of view, a membership plan touches every part of a dental practice. Finance, marketing, patient engagement, the team. Historically, these have all been fragmented. So we believe by integrating PPD into the Agilio platform, we're going to give practices a single streamlined solution, which means fewer systems that they need to juggle, less admin and more time to spend on patients, which is what our mission is about, improving operational processes within practices so teams can spend more time delivering patient care.
Excellent. And Simon, when the acquisition was announced, you mentioned that Agilio was the right strategic partner for all stakeholders. When did you come to the realization that PPD and Agilio were a perfect match for each other, and how did the conversations begin?
The conversations began, just being honest, with Agilio coming and knocking at our door several times. Just being open, James, we weren't particularly looking to exit the business, but then I think there are a few things where when we started to understand the vision of Agilio and what they brought to the table and the shared values that we had, then it almost became a little bit of a no-brainer. I think both businesses really care about helping practices and helping them to thrive. And for us as well, it was really important to ensure that we found a partner we were confident that was going to make a acquisition about wanting to grow, expand, improve what we've already built on and the values we've worked really hard to develop. We wanted to look after the team, and we firmly believe that that's going to be the case, and there's going to be career development opportunity for the people involved. And likewise with some of the things we touched on in the pipeline of enhancing our proposition, that's going to be of huge benefit to existing customers and hopefully plenty of future customers that join the sort of PPD family, well, an Agilio family. So yeah, a bit of a no-brainer really, and yeah, very excited to see how it all plays out.
Brilliant. And Andy, I wanted to touch on the roadmap you've previously highlighted. It includes PMS integrations and enhanced AI automation. Can you paint us a picture of how a dental practice's morning routine might change once these systems are fully integrated?
Yeah, so for us, it's always been about turning complexity into simplicity. When somebody goes into a dental practice and they have to log on to multiple systems to check appointments, compliance, and then another system for plan performance and another system to check their marketing performance, that's such a time suck on a very, very busy practice team that really all they want to do is, give care and treat patients really well. So our kind of roadmap is, imagining logging into one dashboard where it's all connected. So you can get an overview of all of the key health, metrics within your dental practice. Things like AI, we're automating tasks like sending reminders, analyzing plan uptake and saying, these patients should really be on a plan. I'm going to communicate that for you and handling the sign up of it. It all kind of culminates in less admin time for practice managers and more time on the patient's experience. And that's really what it's about. So bringing PPD in and plugging it into the Agilio platform just made absolute sense to complete that, attract new patients, convert them to ideal patients, and then retaining them, on an ongoing basis. So for me, the routine would be one login, one dashboard, one place, get oversight of everything that you need to see.
So creating a real one-stop shop, essentially, for all of your practice management needs. So Simon, I wanted to ask you as well, PPD has a strong track record in proactive plan management. How will Agilio's technical resources allow you to scale this support to offer new features, perhaps those that weren't possible when you were an independent company?
Yeah, I think look, the fact is we've now just got access to a R&D budget. I was literally having a meeting yesterday with the chief product officer about discussing some of the plans and the availability of budget that we are going to benefit from in terms of investing in the platform and some of the things like the PMS integration, which is a key priority over these next few months. And we're just going to be able to move much faster, have much more experience on board in terms of guiding us on getting that right. And we've done a lot of research, a lot of engagement with our existing clients to understand some of the features, some of the automation that they want. And so having the just the infrastructure that Agilio provides is just going to mean that we can get that right much more so than we were as an independent practice. An independent company. With just a limited pool of technical resource.
And I wanted to just sort of touch back around to Andy's previous comments actually as well about the single dashboard. Coming back to that, obviously you mentioned the single sign-on. It's a future goal of yours. The single dashboard for everybody. In an industry where app fatigue is becoming a reality for practice managers, I think, as well as all of us in day-to-day life. How high of a priority has creating that single all-in-one dashboard been? And is it something that's going to be ready sort of more or less immediately? Is it going to take a little bit of time?
Yeah, so I'll break that down. There's a couple of parts. So single sign-on across all the Agilio products is available now. So practices can app switch within one product to another using one login, one password. That's been available for a while. And PPD will be brought into that single sign-on um, part of our tech stack very, very quickly. We recently launched federated login as well, which is another game changer in access control. So groups can now use their own access protocols and provision access to Agilio products from their own InfoSec, environment, which is game changing, really. But in terms of the kind of dashboard and really using this at the heart of what we do, it's right at the top of our list. It's number one on our priority. And you'll have seen that we went out into the market in December to say there's some big things coming soon in January. And I don't want to steal marketing's thunder, but I'm pretty sure dashboards and single sign-on unified access is part of that, coming soon. So yeah, right at the top of our list. We don't want practice managers or practice teams to be overwhelmed with multiple logins, disconnected systems. So one place to manage compliance, one place to manage marketing, workforce, and plan management. That's the future that we're building here.
Brilliant. I mean, you weren't sort of, it wasn't just a marketing phrase in December when you said big things coming in the new year. I don't think it gets much bigger than this to kickstart your January.
Yeah,
Simon, I wanted to ask you as well about practices, perhaps PPD clients already. Obviously, there's always a bit of worry of disruption during acquisitions. You've noted that there's a carefully managed migration planned. What is your message to those existing PPD customers, as well as iPlan customers who might be nervous about changes to their day-to-day support?
Yeah, look, I think the first thing is it's business as usual. We want continuity as our first priority for sure. This is you're right, James. There's things that we're going to have to navigate just to in the early stages to ensure that we become part of the Agilio family, get familiar with some of the integration process that we need to work through. But in terms of the teams, day-to-day contact, the way we operate, there's not going to be anything that's going to change for our existing customers. I think with regards to the iPlan customers, naturally there is a plan in place to migrate those over to PPD, and we will ensure that we do that in a capacity where we are giving them plenty of notice and ensuring that they fully understand what that process looks like and hopefully what the benefits of that will be. So a super clear communication channel on making sure that that's all managed as successfully as it can be. Our goal is to make this transition smooth and beneficial for everyone. That's the long and short of it. We're already have plans in place to make investments to the team, and we'll be hiring for a few new roles to accommodate all of this in the future. Which again was just a super a really sort of good signal from Agilio in terms of that partner to move forward, that they wanted to support that, and a really positive message to the team and our clients.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like you've got you've got the plan in place. So fingers crossed. Minimal disruption there by the sounds of it. And Andy, the acquisition is described as helping practices reduce their administrative burden and improving cash flow even further. Can you kind of quantify the kind of time savings you're anticipating and aiming to give back to dental teams?
Yeah, and look, you'll have seen that Agilio's been going out with ROI metrics for a little while now, where we've absolutely quantified the benefits we can bring to an independent practice or a DSO. And we wanted to do that based on our customers' experience. So we spent a lot of time analyzing out that if they use one of our solutions, what does that do? If they use multiple solutions, how does that kind of tie up into a bigger return for them? But it does vary by practice size. For this specifically, what we're looking to do is give a reduction of about several hours per week in admin tasks. By bringing PPD into the fold, if we can save each practice several hours a week in admin, things like manual plan reporting, compliance checks, marketing follow-ups, over the year, that's weeks of time that we're going to free up for patient care. And that's really, really important, that can do a number of things. It can help give better patient care. but it can also help, generate more revenues for the practices as well. We believe that this acquisition will further and enhance the efficiencies that we already deliver to dental practices today, and add reach back to allow practice teams to focus on their patients.
Fantastic. And I have a question for both of you, which is, will the benefits of this acquisition feel different for small independent practices compared to, say, large dental groups? Does it depend on the size of the business and the practices involved?
Yeah, I mean, but that's in a good way. Smaller practices are going to feel the biggest impact in admin reduction and marketing support because they're generally leaner, in terms of the available resources they have. So for me, I think that they will feel the biggest impact. But larger groups are also going to benefit from scalability, and the scalability that Agilio has and can provide already, and what patient plan direct have been doing in the same space. And what we want to do now is give them data driven insights across multiple sites for DSOs and groups. And our platform flexes to fit both. And that's both the Agilio platform and the PPD platform. So you kind of bring them together, and it's quite powerful what's going to be delivered. Simon?
Yeah, no, exactly that, James. It's about tailoring the experience, whether you're a single site practice, a small group, or a sort of 100+ DSO group. We want to ensure that we are just making life easier and growth more predictable. Certainly for us as a company, a couple of years ago, we recognised that, and again, this is the difference in what we were a couple of years ago as a small business. We made that transition to have dedicated teams. So we have a dedicated team now that deals with small groups and DSOs, and a separate team that deals with independent practices, because we wanted to ensure that we provided the support, service, training, engagement that is suited to both of those different stakeholders.
So, and Andy, you've warmly welcomed the PPT team into the Agilio fold. Beyond the software, what are you most excited about regarding the talent and expertise that you have coming over to you from PPD?
Yeah, I mean, I know most of the team, and I've known them for a long time. Being in the industry for as long as I have now, you get to know people, and I was hugely impressed with the team that Simon had created. He's got a team that are really passionate and dedicated. They form deep relationships with both independent practices all the way through to grow to DSOs, and they've got a proven track record in retention and growth. That's really important to Agilio. As Simon said earlier, continuity is key here. And having a team that's going to be engaged as they always have been when they were an independent company as part of Agilio creates a real powerhouse team that I believe can really change the game.
I will flip this actually as well and just ask sort of same question to you, Simon. Yeah, kind of what excites you, I guess, about joining the Agilio team?
Yeah, look, I think personally, I'm genuinely excited about, all of a sudden we have now joined an organisation where there is a chief revenue officer, chief marketing officer, a HR department, which we sort of had our own means of managing HR, but look, we're a small company of under 30 people, so I'm personally excited about learning from those people and the expertise that they have, and the benefit that that's going to give to us and to the team. I'm also excited about the career development that it's going to create for our existing team, and some of the investment in terms of the training, the career pathway support that Agilio can provide, which is just a natural part of a larger organisation. So one thing we've just been really trying to drive home to our team is to get them excited about this. Naturally, it's changed. Some people are worried, what does it mean? But hand on heart, I firmly believe this is a really positive move for the business, for our team, and for our existing clients. So, yeah, all good.
Fantastic. And I will end here on a question for both of you, which is, if we sit down again in, say, 3 years' time, what would be the single biggest success story to come out of this partnership? As you know, obviously, I know a bit of a wild prediction. It's a long way out. It's just beginning, but how do you anticipate things would go?
For me, hopefully, no more grey hairs. That would be a big success story. And seeing thousands more practices running smoothly, feeling less stressed, better patient outcomes in their businesses, and all because of what we've built together. Agilio and Patient Plan Direct coming together, taking stress away from thousands more practices. For me, that would be a big success story. I can always die the herd. Do you know what I mean? So I won't hold that one too high on the agenda, but definitely less stress for our customers.
Yeah, for me, James, I would say, just hearing from our clients that the whole integration and the whole, marrying up with Agilio didn't just make life easier, but it really helped them to grow in ways that they didn't think was possible, and that we can provide data-backed evidence to showcase that. I think that would be a real highlight for me in 3 years' time.
Fantastic. And just one final question, actually, as well, just for our viewers and listeners who maybe want to find out more. Do they just now head over to the Agilio website? If they're looking for patient plans, do they head over to Patient Plans Direct's website? Where can they find you?
So the answer is both. So on the Agilio Software website, we're updating iPlan to direct to PPD. So iPlan is being withdrawn from the market. We're maintaining the existing customer base, but any new plans will be Patient Plan Direct plans. So if you went to the Agilio website, you'll be able to see information on Patient Plan Direct, but then equally Simon's website remains, and there will be references to Agilio that we add in as we kind of move along and integrate into each other. But it's really important that you can go to the plan part directly, as well as referencing it within the whole Agilio, suite. So the answer is go to both, and you'll find information on what are the things that we're doing moving forward.
Brilliant. Well, we'll include links to both in the episode description. But thank you very much for joining us today, both of you. I appreciate it. It's been a very busy week. We're recording this at the end of the first week of January here. And what a start to the year. I wish you all the best for the next 51 weeks ahead.
That's brilliant. Thanks, James.
Cheers, James. Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.